What up? What up? What up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's Stamper Podcast. I appreciate y'all for tapping in today. This is episode 21. We on that road to 100, y'all. So we almost there. And until then, we're going to keep knocking out these episodes and giving y'all a load of value. And, I got a very special guest in the building today. Someone who I admire, someone who I respect, someone that is a known figure in the notary space. We got She Boss Mobile in the building. Also, her name is Griselle.
No one knows me as Griselle.
Right, but we know her, but the notary community knows her as She Boss Mobile. What's up, Griselle? How you doing today?
It's a good day. It is beautiful out here in Florida. It's sunny. I'm ready. After this, I'm hitting the pool, so I'm ready.
That part. I sure do appreciate you jumping on today. This has been a long time coming. But I'm finally glad that we able to make it happen. Took time out of your busy schedule to come tap in with us today.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anything for you.
Oh man, you too kind. Right. So how I like to start it off is, we like to dive into your background, just tell the people who you are and how you got into the notary business. What were some things that you were doing previously until jumping into the notary game?
So before becoming a notary, I was working my 9 to 5. I was with this particular company for over 9 years, managing a store. I actually got introduced to a notary because I worked at a shipping location.
Yep.
So I would see these females come running in, like sweating, pretty much like try and get the truck before he left. And I always had calmed them down, like, okay, what we need, what kind of packaging, what kind of envelopes we need today, what's going on. So one day I just started asking questions like, what do you do? Like, y'all be stressed. What do you do? And it turns out most of these females coming in, they were notaries. Mm-hmm. There's one particular female, she had went into the corner, we had computer stations, and she took out this, like, now that I know where it was a mobile scanner. But she took this machine out and her laptop, and I see her scanning these documents. I'm like, what's going on over there? Like, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm a notary, but I'm a loan signing agent. And I was like, oh, okay. What is that? Like, what do you do? Like, explain, because not for nothing, notaries, I probably needed a notary maybe once in my life. And I went to a UPS store. So I had no idea what was a loan signing agent, what they did. The fact that you didn't need a diploma, no degree, nothing. Just get on NNA, for example, get certified, get trained. That was it. Well, in Florida, like, that was it. So I just started, asking questions, being curious, like, what we doing? What's going on? One of the females, because some of them were like, I'm a notary, that's it. They didn't want to give me no information. Instead, like, they'll give me like a link, like, well, let me give you a link. And it was a link for a training. And obviously I learned later on, the only reason they gave me these links, because, they were affiliated with this training and they'll get, some type of cut. But the one lady that really took her time and explained to me what a day in the life of a loan signing agent looked like, she changed my life, honestly, especially because I'm a single mom. So watching her come in with her daughter sat there, was feeding the paper through the scanner, helping her out. And I was like, oh, wow, like, you can control your own schedule. Okay. And how much money you make? And when she showed me her screen, and it was notifications, and right next to it was like $100, $150, $75. And I'm like, this is one day? What? Like, are you serious? So from there, I started YouTubing.
Yeah.
And as soon as you type anything in YouTube, you can go on Facebook, Google, the same thing will pop up over and over again. So I kept seeing, make 10 grand a month and all types of stuff. Right. And I'm like, let me test this out. Let me see what's up with this. And I jumped in to the point where a couple months later, I left my 9 to 5, and I'm still swimming. I'm good.
So you jumped right into it.
I did, man. I took a couple courses.
Yeah.
I, inboxed a couple of notaries. I binged on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really binged on YouTube. I went on like my Secretary of State to figure out what was allowed, what a notary can and cannot do.
Yeah.
I rocked with social media. Like social media is my thing. I started making posts. I literally post all day long. People want to see what your journey is. What do you do?
Thanks.
So I started doing like a blog. And with me doing blogs, I didn't know there was signing service owners following me. I didn't know there was title companies following me. And man, it just been good since then. Like social media has definitely helped me grow my business and make connections. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I was just talking about this the other day, like the power of social media. You never know who's watching, you never know who's paying attention to you. So
Yeah,
you got to get that content out there. So now did you own a business prior to coming into the notary game, or you just say this is like your first business, I'm jumping straight into it?
This was my first business.
Wow.
Well, okay, so I do own a couple of candy machines,
Mhm.
like at a local barbershop, pharmacy. I do that with my son. Candy machines, like passive income. There's not much to do. Fill up the candy, collect the change, keep it moving. But this business in itself is my very first baby. I mean, like I'm building business credit with this. I have my LLC. I have to have insurance, right? I'm really promoting it hard body, and damn, I spent a lot of money buying supplies. So this is my first business. Like this is full in, man, full in. This is all I do.
Now, what about did you have any entrepreneurs like in your family, moms, pops, maybe a cousin that was an
No,
entrepreneur?
at all. Everyone thinks I'm crazy still. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I kid you not. Like my mom will ask me every day, when you getting a job? I'm like, Mom, I'm booked. I'm busy. Like, what are you
Right.
talking about? This is my job. She's like, no, you just need like an office job. You don't need to be driving around. It's dangerous out there. You go into people's homes. You don't need none of that. Just get yourself a nice 9 to 5. And I'm like, Mom, because I work all types of times.
Right.
And in her eyes, she thinks I'm working more. Well, I guess as an entrepreneur, you do work more.
Yeah.
If you're not actively working your business, then you're trying to go ahead and promote. You're, generating ideas, reading up on things. There's always something going on. And in her eyes, I'm working too much.
Sure.
She's like, you just need to calm down, go back to the office, work your 9 to 5. And I'm just like, nah, this is a great feeling.
Yeah.
And when I told her, when I buy you a house, you're going to know exactly what I'm doing all this for. So yeah, everyone thinks I'm crazy still.
Yeah, mom's got to understand you chasing that dream.
Yeah, well, I'm Hispanic. I come from, a traditional Hispanic family where the females are typically like a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
They take care of the household. So me being out and about hustling, she's just like, oh no, get yourself a husband or go back to 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's very different. I'm the first, and I'm showing my son, entrepreneurship is the way to go, and being your own boss, doing things in your own time. And I'm just trying to be different and show him different. So he's definitely learning.
Now, would you say your managing experience, would you say those skills translate into your business now?
Oh, definitely. Because as a store manager, right, I had to pull these like profit and loss reports. That's something I have to do as a notary. I have to know where my money is going, how much I'm making, how much I'm spending on supplies and material, where I can do cutbacks. So that managing time.
Yeah.
Because no one tells you as an entrepreneur, those 24 hours, they just in the blink of an eye, that's it. It's the next day.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, damn, what did I do? Like, hold on, did I complete my checklist?
Yeah.
So being a manager, those boundaries I had to do, I had to set, those things definitely transferred over. Managing people, communication skills, right? And just trying to work your business and sell and promote your business. So as a manager at that 9 to 5 shop, I had to go out into the community and promote my business, say that we're open, this is what we can do, this is services that we can provide. I didn't know as a notary, I had to do the same thing. So doing this, I was like, oh, I got this. Okay, this is not different. So it definitely helped a lot. Definitely.
Yeah, well, folks don't understand, like, entrepreneurship is not rocket science.
Yeah.
For the most part, like, people try to make it seem like it's more difficult. What it is hard to run a business. I want to get
Yeah.
that. I want to get that across. It's definitely
You wear
difficult to
all
run a business.
hats. You wear all hats.
Definitely wearing hats, accounting, bookkeeping,
Oh my
marketing,
goodness.
learning the craft. Got to actually be in person to do like run, like take sales, do the appointments. So no, it's
Yeah.
definitely difficult, but it can be done. Like I said, it's not something where it's like, I don't know what to do moving forward. Like, what is this? It takes time, takes a little experience once you get a few appointments under your belt, but over time you're going to get better. It
Oh
just,
yeah. Oh
it's just
yeah.
natural. Right. So
Definitely.
what were some of those initial challenges for you when you got into the notary business?
There's so many. I want to say knowing what's right and what's wrong, like not over. Okay, so when you get into the closing table, for example,
Mhm.
I once you get me started, I like to keep going.
Yeah.
So I had to really learn how to minimize that appointment time,
Yeah.
not over talk, do not share your opinions about nothing. Like, so learning how to be quiet and just execute almost,
Yeah.
but still being personable and just serving the individual and providing great customer service, at the end of the day. But so learning how to like keep my mouth shut was a challenge. Learning how to create those relationships with signing services and title offices to go ahead and have me as a preferred notary, right? Those are things that didn't come overnight. You really had to work to create those relationships.
Yeah.
So I was really learning as I go. Also, again, YouTube and asking other notaries for advice, just taking in everything and building those relationships. I think that definitely was a lesson I had to learn. Certain things wasn't okay.
Yeah.
There's some signing services that don't mind you calling after a notification to ask if it's still available. And there's some that do, and like, no, you do not call. Like, if you didn't get picked, you didn't get picked. Don't harass us, type of thing.
Really?
Just learning. There's some that want you to call. They love it because they're like, yes, of course it's available, blah, blah, blah. And then there's other signing services are like, no, like we have a system. And for some reason, we didn't put our number up, for a reason, but I Googled the number and I'll call like, hey, I just got a notification. They're like, wait, how did you get this number? And I'm just like, this is not what you do. You're not supposed to call and say you're available. No. Okay. So just learning what works and what doesn't work, to be honest.
Yeah, that's insane for a signing service to tell you how did you get this number? What?
Yeah, so so as time went, there's certain notifications that used to have the phone numbers of the signing service, and then I noticed it disappeared. So it disappeared for a reason, because like if you didn't get picked by one of our staff, then don't call.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine everyone calling at the same time? So maybe that's why, but each one's different.
Yes, hey man, I respect the persistency. So if you didn't get the notification, I still want to know. It's like, hey man, maybe it fell through. I just want to follow up to see. So for that service to be like, why did you call? That's
right. Basically, you have to wait.
Right. Get off your high horse. The hell?
Yeah.
All right. Either way. So in the beginning of your career, what was some of those marketing tactics that you were leveraging? Like, was you the type to come through with the Starbucks gift card before you got an assignment?
So when it comes to like title offices, this is why I was taught. I was taught to go ahead and market and go in with those Starbucks cards or a greeting basket. It worked somewhat. I'll explain. So I will go in, introduce myself, tell them I'm a local notary. I just want to stop by, and basically I'll give them like a basket just to introduce myself with goodies and, make sure they know my name. That was the whole thing. Make sure they know my name. So sometimes it worked. Sometimes they were really like thankful. They'll grab the basket. They'll call me just to, like, test me out. And then sometimes I would never hear from them again. Like, it was just like, okay, thank you. And I'll call and I'll email, and it's to the point where they like ghosted me. So I just had to stop and move on.
Right.
So sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But I definitely was the girl to go ahead and create different things. I also I post my videos when I do create these baskets.
Mhm.
Like for Halloween, for example, I created these like jars of like candies, and then I have my gift card, not a gift card, and my business card, tied up in a ribbon. And I went to 10 different title offices. Out of 10, one of those title offices called me back, like, oh my gosh, 4 months later, and offered me two jobs. But it literally took 4 months of me like emailing, telling them that, that I'm available and I would love to help, for them to go ahead and give me a shot. So I've seen notaries say, hey, you go in a basket, you get a job.
Yeah.
I haven't been that lucky.
Yeah.
I really had to like work on my relationships.
Talk about that persistency, because some folks after 4 months, they would have gave up. So talk about what
Yeah.
kept you persistent and continue to follow up during that time frame. Was it that you just knew, I'm gonna just keep planting the seed, I know eventually my time is gonna come and they'll give me a phone call? Talk about that persistency.
I went kind of with like the vibe too, because I did get an email, a couple emails that said, hey, we don't use mobile notaries. We have enough staff that are notaries here, but we'll keep you in mind. That's pretty much like a, leave me alone type of thing.
Yeah.
But then I knew that someone, right, 1 out of 10 have to call me. Like that's always like the ratio, right? 1 out of 10, they will need me eventually. This is COVID, it's holidays, like people go on vacation, people getting sick, like they're gonna need me. And that's exactly what happened. So I just had to keep thinking positive, really, really keep pushing. I went from emailing every week to like once a month. So I did back up, but I continued still because something's gonna work.
Yeah.
And I knew my goal was to stay local. Working with signing services, they send out text messages, and it could be like a huge like range of areas, and I just want to stay local. So I'm really pushing to like local title offices. Like I'm trying to save on gas, man.
Right. Right.
That's my goal. So I know if you work with title offices, you don't have to really print documents too. They can print it for you. There's just so many plus. So I just kept going. But signing services, obviously, they pay my bills.
Yeah.
They send me constant notifications, and I build amazing relationships with them. So right now, I want to say 90% of my business is signing services.
That's awesome. I got to commend you for that, for your, like they said, the persistency, because man, folks give up quick. Like folks give up too fast, man.
You just have to remember your why and remember what's the goals. And every time I buy paper, I'm like, I gotta get back out there.
Right.
So right now I am a backup to multiple title offices. But being a backup is better than being, no backup. So just keep on going. Send those thank you notes too afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to stay ready. The time is going to come.
Ready. Oh yeah.
That's one thing's for sure. Like your time is going to come. There's going to be a notary out there who may quit the business for whatever reason, or they may
every day
find something that they want to do. So
every day.
It is a matter of knowing what your why is, what's the purpose of you getting into the business, and then just stay ready. Right. If you stay ready, the opportunity is going to present itself.
Oh yeah. And I am learning how to diversify my stamp, right? Create digital products, right? Those are courses that you have and I've taken. So doing legal documents. So I'm still diversifying, I'm still growing. I feel like I'm always learning something new. And that's one of the reasons why I freaking love you and I follow you, and your courses do work. So I got my digital products out. I'm making passive income. Let's get it.
Doing it all. Appreciate that plug in as well, y'all. Make sure y'all check out Stampin Academy, y'all. I didn't pay her to say that either.
I know he did it.
Her to say that either. So let's get into the relationship building. You say you was working with signing services, right? So
Yes.
Coming into the business, a lot of folks, they want to skip the signing services and go straight to working directly with the title company.
Right, which is not easy.
Right, it's not easy. Like it's not a bad idea to do, but I feel like, you know, coming into it, you should get some signings under your belt and know what the process is of working with signing services. And also, too, I also want to say there are some signing services out there that will take care of you. They will send you consistent business, and they're going to make sure that the offers that you do get are going to be worth your time. And that's not to say there are some out there where they just downright disrespectful with the offers. It is what it is, right? Yeah. But there are some signing services out there that are willing to take care of you, and they're willing to, you know, pay you worth your time, right? So, talk about how'd you get into working with particular signing services, and how are your relationships with them as of today?
Okay. So I took a particular training, and in this training, they gave us like a list of signing services, right? Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, everyone has the same list, so everyone is applying to the same signing services.
Yep.
With this list, I kid you not, I applied to each one. It was like maybe 100 of them. And I can tell you off the bat, I probably worked with maybe 25 of them. So not every signing service is going to call you. And when they do, it might be that one time. Yeah. But out of 25, I want to say 5 of them, I have consistent business. Like, I mean, consistent as in like almost every day I get notifications. I'm marked preferred, right? So I get those first text messages, or sometimes I even get a personal phone call like, hey, I need a favor. With that being said, it did not come overnight, right? A lot of people start treating signing services almost like like they owe you something. Yeah. Like that the whole attitude of like, well, they owe me this because I'm taking this for this amount of fee. At the end of the day, we are trying to build our business. We are trying to build not only our business, but get experience. Every signing service does not pay the same. Yeah. You know, all notaries are getting paid different, depending on your area as well and what exactly is being called to do. There's some signing services, like you said, will treat you amazing, but they're not going to treat you amazing off the bat too. You got to be thankful and humble. Got to earn that. So like, that's something I naturally am. I'm very thankful. I'm very humble. So when I get those notifications, and I'm able to call back and say, hey, I'm available. I would love to take care of this for you. I'm keeping communication, right? I'm letting them know I have arrived. When I complete the job, I let them know when to expect scan backs. And normally with me, I know how important it is to receive those scan backs ASAP. So I'll tell them as soon as the signing is done, expect scan backs within, 15, 20 minutes. And they love the fact that they can go ahead and tell the person that gave them the job, the title office, tell them that as well, when to expect scan back. So communication, saying thank you, have an amazing weekend, Merry Christmas, just things like that. They will remember. When I complete jobs, I love to leave comments. So the comments are read not only by the signing service, but also the title office too. So I'll put like a little fun fact about the couple or the person I had a signing with. So just those little things set you aside, and it just makes you feel it's not a robotic thing. It's you're an actual person speaking to a person, having a transaction with a person. Again, signing services do not owe you anything. They work with so many notaries, but you have to be humble and thankful for the opportunity and the experience. And that's something I'm consistently showing. Dan, what was the question?
You basically just answered. You're just talking about how did you build those relationships with those title companies to get, not the title companies, but the signing services to get consistent business.
Right. Because at the end of the day, I'm still working on relationship building with title offices, especially because they already have their people in place. Yeah. They have these notaries that they've been working with for years. So they are, they're already taken care of, or they have notaries that are in their office. when it comes to loan signing and when it comes to working with signing services, there's so many notaries that have signed up with this particular company. How are you standing out? And honestly, you're going to be standing out by not catching an attitude, doing your job, and being thankful. I've made mistakes. I've missed signatures, initials, you named it. Like, I've made mistakes, but because I built those relationships,
Yeah.
they were more easy on me, and just said, hey, can you fix this mistake? And I fixed it as soon as possible, like ASAP. And I made sure to keep communication with them. There's no perfect notary, but it's how you act and present yourself.
Yeah. That's important. It's important if it's like own up to it, be accountable for it, and then do what you can to correct it. Because if you choose not to, they're gonna remember that.
Let me tell you something. So I work with a particular signing service, and the owner, she was telling me how her notary had missed a signature. She reached out to a notary, say, hey, you missed a signature in your own notarial act. Like, you missed a signature. Can you please go ahead and get it done? Get the documents shipped out again before FedEx picks up. Oh, well, I need an extra fee because that drive was an hour and a half. No, please do not. Please do not. Don't do that. Like, don't ask for an extra traveling fee because you made a mistake and you decide to take this order that was an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
That was your choice. You made a mistake, you go ahead and you handle it. I've had to go ahead and pay for shipping before. And I did it. And I did not say, hey, you owe me. No, I didn't, because it was my mistake.
Right.
So I've heard horror stories. I'm just like, notaries are really doing that? Like, yeah.
And it all comes back to that, like, employee mindset. You know, you work in a job, you feel like you're entitled to this specific pay for these amount of hours. But when you get into entrepreneurship, nobody owes you shit.
Exactly.
Nobody owes you nothing.
Do not owe you anything.
Because they can use you that one time, but if they see you got a shitty attitude, they see you're not professional, they see that you're not willing to hold yourself accountable, you're not responsible for your actions, you didn't take the time to actually double check your work to avoid that type of mistake.
Yeah.
Can't complain when they say, well, I'm not getting no new signings coming in. Can you tell me how to get some new business? It was like, well, you had the opportunity, you had the plug, but you dropped the ball. So you got to hold that.
And not to like tweak my own horn, but for March, I was notary of the month for a signing service. I didn't know that even existed. And I was like, what? Like, we got an award. Like, I'm going to show you. Yeah, this is my award for notary of the month. It's from Comfortable Closings.
Let's go.
And I was really excited. I had a whole big goodie box. And to be honest, the only thing I did, I wasn't a perfect notary, but the only thing I did was I went the extra mile. So if a title office needed those documents same day, I said, sure, I can go to Tampa and drop off these documents. And I did that a couple of times. There was times where we missed the FedEx pickup, for example, on a Saturday, and they need these documents on a Monday. I went down and on a Saturday after the signing and just left those documents in their mailbox. So they have it for Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, going the extra mile, because when you scratch relationships, when it comes to real estate, it's all about relationships.
Thanks.
It's all about building relationships and networking. And you scratch one person back, that person's going to go ahead and scratch your back. And that's exactly what it is. It's all about relationship building, referrals, recommendations. So because I did that signing service just kept that client.
Yeah.
So by keeping that client, he's keeping me as well. So it's a full circle.
Message. Hopefully y'all caught that.
It's a full circle, man. And I tell you, people think signing services are like corporate. No, they were once notaries like us. They know the hustle. But what they did, they marketed and networked so much that they were able to create those jobs and get those jobs. And then they went ahead and started hiring notaries. But to market and create those jobs, they had to build relationships with title offices. Yeah. So that's exactly what they did. And if you want them to keep, to keep in business, to stay in business, then we need to make sure we represent them and do a great job. Because again, they're going to continue hiring us and providing.
And you hit the nail on the head. It's like, if you make a mistake and you cause that signing service to lose that client, how you think you're gonna get new business? How you gonna get business moving forward? If that client was giving them business and then in turn that business that they're receiving, they passing that on to you, but you like
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
like
true.
yeah, one thing I didn't realize about the notary business is very similar to real estate, where it's really all relationships.
Yeah,
Like
all relationships.
you
Oh
can
my
make as
goodness.
many phone calls you want, you can send as many emails as you want, which is cool. But if you're not really taking out the time to actually build the relationship with who you're trying to do business with, it's not going to work in your favor.
It's true. It's so true.
Favor at all. So I appreciate you for sharing that. So
Oh,
what are some, I'm not gonna ask that. What I was gonna ask is, so now that you've worked with signing services, you are building those relationships. Let's go into diversifying your stamp.
ooh,
Right.
okay.
So I know you recently put out a digital product,
Yes.
which I encourage all notaries to have some type of digital product, an ebook or a course or a guide, because again, you may have, business is not always going to be, so it's not going to always be an influx of signings that's going to come through the door. Right. So you got to be able to have some type of diversification in your notary business where you can still generate income despite you not using your stamp. And so when I seen you put out your guide for loan signers, I was like, oh yeah, that's lit. So can you talk about the impact of having a digital product and how that's impacted your business moving forward?
Oh, definitely. So, all right. So I am the person on social media that if you write to me in my inbox, I'm going to answer. I'm going to help you. Right.
Right.
So with that being said, I used to get so many DMs about how to do this. Is this correct? Is this how you explain this? And I'm helping, but I'm helping for free. And I'm like, okay, this is taking up a lot of time. And when I met you, you actually helped me realize that what I'm doing, I can earn revenue, I can earn money from doing this. Just a digital product, give them my link, they will purchase, right? And they're still getting this information. So I did it. And I did that leap, right? I took your course, we had a one-on-one, and I'm sitting here, but I just got an email from Gumroad saying someone purchased my digital course. So I don't have no signings today, but I'm still getting some type of money that doesn't require me to go out and print documents and waste gas. So that has definitely, listen, if I wasn't making six figures before, I'm definitely on my way because of digital products. Ooh, and that's a way of and that's a way of diversifying your stamp. Yep. I'm talking about what things that I know how to do. Yep. And I'm just helping people learn. Yep. And as not only learn, but encouraging them to make that step as well. Yep. Hey, how many times your friend comes, you have a conversation on the phone, you speaking to your friend and you telling your friend everything, how to go about this from A to Z. Record yourself and make that product just like that.
Yeah, folks should be monetizing. Like we all, like I said, we all bring something unique, something different to the notary business, right? Like I don't know everything, right? But I'm pretty sure you know something that I don't know within the notary business that you can monetize. So for all y'all out there, that's especially for your notaries, and you got a bunch of people that's like in your DMs asking you specific questions on how to do this, how to do that, and you giving them the information, and you just continue to get flooded with questions. That you got what you need right there to turn that into a product.
And don't overthink it, because I was overthinking everything, right? And I kept saying, well, all these notaries, they have a course already. Yep. Okay, but you don't have a course and you have your own clientele. People want to hear from you. Right. So everyone has, I don't want to say fan base, but everyone has basically their own clients. Yeah. Every clients for everyone. So I had to make the jump, and I don't regret it. And I'm going to add more.
And then everyone's experiences is unique as well. So
that's true.
Like I was saying before the call, like, there's going to be someone out there that's going to identify with your story. Like there's going to be someone that's going to listen to your journey and they're going to identify with that. Right. So why not put that journey and those experiences into a product and then put it out there?
Sure.
Right. And let people support that. Right. So, because again, you gonna have those days where I may not have a signing for a day or two, but at least I got product out there where I at least
Yes.
generate some type of revenue. And then cool, you can do that just from sitting at home, or you could be out and about, hanging out with your family, doing what you do, and you still getting them notifications that someone bought a course, then bought an ebook, then they bought some type of product from you, right? So whatever, if you got an idea of a product that you want to put out, whether it's an ebook or Apple Stills, weddings,
even a guide, like a one-page guide, people will pay for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, people will
just do it.
You'll be surprised when people will pay. And that's one thing that didn't resonate to me. Like, it didn't hit me. Like, people will actually pay you for what you know.
Mm-hmm.
People will really pay you for what you know.
I've had people in my DMs like, how much does it cost for a one-on-one? I'm like, wait, what? Hold on, let me get my Calendly link. Like, what? You want to pay me to talk? Okay, we can. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's trying to do that. And then too, you got the following too, which is amazing.
Yeah,
you got the following for it, and then that's a perfect segue. Let's talk about your social media, because your content fire. Fire.
Listen, it's not something I force. I naturally do it. Like, I'm in my car and I just press record, and I'm literally talking to all these notaries that want to know what it's really like out here in these streets.
Right.
And I'm telling them, if I made a mistake, I'm like, I'm running back right now, getting this signature because these documents have to be out. Like, I'm letting them know things happen. This is how it looks. This is my day. I'm waking up extra early, taking my son to school, and then I'm out. I'm out all day trying to do signings, networking, general notary work, you name it. But people want to see what it's like. People want to know the real you as well. And I feel like maybe that's why I have such a good following and a supportive circle, because people see, like, I'm not sugarcoating anything. This is me. Take me as I am.
It's important for people to see that. And then too, and you touch on another thing, like, you don't overthink the content. Like, most people, when I come across, I'm like, man, I want to create the content, but I can't do it every day, blah, blah, blah. It's like, man, you don't have to necessarily do this every day, but just post content based on what you do every day with your notary business.
Yes.
So again, I just had the same conversation the other day. If you drive in the Office Depot to buy paper, if you at the signing table, get a quick clip of you bringing out your stamp out of your bag, or getting signatures. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Like, this is a notary business. Just show what it's like in your everyday life. If you have FedEx, you had UPS, right? Like,
and I do it.
Complicated.
I record, it'll be like some type of like hit song in the background, but I'm recording myself running to the FedEx, dropping the package, getting my receipt, and I'm getting 1,000 views. And I'm like, oh, you want to see that? Okay.
Right.
And naturally do it.
Because the cool thing about it,
I don't dance though.
Are you doing no dances?
I did one video of me dancing. I said never again.
Right. That part, right? Because like you said, because the content that you put out, because the more content that you put out, then that's, especially if you have a digital product as well, then that's going to lead to sales. Because like, it's one thing to put out a product, right? But if I don't see no content, like no videos of you actually being out in the field, or you actually doing whatever you're teaching and like whatever you promoting, it's like, man, why would I buy this? You're not even practicing what you preach. You just created this from awesome shit that you read on Google.
And you don't even have to create, you can have an affiliated link. So this is one company who does journals and things like that. And she hit me up and was like, hey, I want you to be an ambassador, a brand ambassador. I'm like, what is that? She's like, all you have to do, I'm going to send you a box. All you have to do is create content. I'm going to send you a link. And basically anyone that purchase this item from your link, you get paid a commission. I'm like, what? See, I love journaling. So go ahead, send me a journal. That's fine. Yeah. I did one video and I got paid. I'm like, hold up, that's it. Okay, so who else can I sign up with?
Right.
So then I started doing YouTube. I just signed up with Amazon. So I'm gonna create something with Amazon with all the products and supplies I sell. I'm gonna have a storefront. So when you go ahead and click my link and you order blue pens, for example, from my link, I get something. I use Notary Gadget. So Notary Gadget just sent me a check of $2.49 because one person created a Notary Gadget, what's that called, profile, and they're paying for, they signed up with them basically. So they paid me $2.49 for one person. So imagine if you get, you know, consistently, like, you know, constant people coming in and signing up to $2.49 times whatever. So it's just little things add up.
So small numbers add up. The small numbers add up. But just think though, but that wouldn't have happened though if you didn't create the content. You didn't put yourself out there, right? Because the sales not gonna come if you don't create the content.
People need to know.
Right. People got to hear you talk. That's and it's another thing. That's a lot of y'all notaries out there. I go to y'all pages and I see nothing but pictures. This is 2022. You have to put videos out. It's mandatory. You have to put videos out. If you don't got no videos, your engagement is low. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. But you
I was gonna say even videos. Engagement on posts too. Like when you create stories, go ahead and ask a question.
Yes.
Get a survey, something. Keep people coming back.
All right. It's like it's way too many tools available to you out there to be acting like you in the dark, like you don't know. Like you got the tools available to you. If you need help, go to the people and ask for help so you can know what to do moving forward. Because again, if you're just sitting here posting pictures all day, this is not 2015 or 2014. You can't do that anymore. Like you got to put videos out because the more videos you put out, the more sales you're going to get, the more engagement.
And you know what? I learned that from the beginning because the beginning I was just putting pictures. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my profile. That's one thing I want to touch base on. What's your purpose? What do you want to do with your Instagram profile or whatever social media you're on? What is the purpose? You want to sell products? You want to teach? You want to coach? You want to just simply get clients? What is your purpose? So then I started making videos because I knew eventually I did want to create, you know, I want to be out there. I want people to find me as well and be like, oh yeah, that's that notary. Oh, I need her. Or I can go to her because she has products and she's selling. Listen, so I needed to be out there. So I started creating videos. And from there, everything exploded. People started following me, liking me, like, what? Let's go.
You put the videos out there. Like I see it. Like the majority of your posts, I see your videos. Same thing on my page. Like I don't really keep, like the only time you see me post like a picture video is if I'm looking for a notary. If I'm looking for a notary, you will see like tag a notary here and there. But for the most part, you got to put the videos out because if you know videos, good luck on getting engagement and getting new followers and getting new people to know who you are, right? So get the videos out there, y'all. Just stop playing. Stop playing. So what was I gonna touch on next? This is a great conversation on the content, right? So for a person that's just, you know, for a notary that's trying to get, you know, comfortable with posting more content, what advice would you give them in regards to just starting out? What would be like an action plan that they should take for as far as getting that content out there?
Find out, well, why are they uncomfortable? Are they uncomfortable showing their face? Because they don't have to show their face. They can show, you know, your notary stamp or you driving. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to speak. There's voices and music and all types of things out there. But what I do to help me is on Sundays, I batch content. So I make multiple posts and I know throughout the week I'm going to post these videos. Or let's say I didn't get to batch on Sunday. Let's say it's Tuesday and my outfit is on point. Guess what? I got time. I'm making 3 videos.
Right.
10 seconds. Let's go.
It's so easy.
Finding what works. Finding what works.
Like you literally could do like a 10-second video, 15-second video, a 30-second video. And even then, like I challenge y'all to at least like go live. Even if like when I first started going on live, I was talking to myself for a long time.
I was gonna say that you have like one person. I'll be up there like, okay, where am I at?
Right.
Gems. What's going on?
Right. But like over time, what you'll notice, and I've had this happen to me, like you'll have people where they are on your live and they see you you throwing those gems out there, people will start to repost your stuff as well. Right. So they'll repost your videos and then that's when you start to get more people coming in as well. So just going live. Don't make it too hard. Like all you gotta do is just talk about your day in business. Like we all got some things that we've gone through with the notary business, whereas a signing service that got documents late to us, whether if it was a client whose house smelled just like straight trash, and
Those
you
make
want to
the
talk
best
about that.
videos.
Right, right. And people and the other notaries can relate to that. So if you just talk about your
Yeah.
everyday experiences within the business, what was if you had whether it was a great day in business, what was something that, that caused your day that what threw off your day for a second, that's going to be a value to somebody on the other side that's listening to you, right? So
Yes.
put yourself out there. You don't have to be uncomfortable because me, I'm not really a social media guy like that, truth be told, but it's something that I had to grow into because the more times that you post, the more times you put yourself out there, the more comfortable you start to get, the more familiar you begin to get with the platforms that you use. You get to understand how to use the tools better. And then once you understand how to use those tools and you continually to post and get that content out there, the much better your content is going to be moving forward.
So true. So true. And it doesn't seem forced too.
Right.
You naturally start doing that. So,
and the crazy thing about it too, like you were just stating, and I've heard some other notaries say this, like for all y'all that want to work with the signing services and work with the title companies, they paying attention to y'all.
They are. Let me tell you something. I can't joke about this. How many times I've posted a video and I had someone that said XYZ title. And I'm like, oh shit, they're from title and they're watching, they heart
like the video
comments. Right. I've made a video about signing services, like how I would react when people tell me, oh, you don't want to work with signing services. I was like making a funny face and rolling my eyes. Yeah. And I've had comments from signing services, like appreciating that. So I'm just like, you see, just do it.
Right.
It's free. It's free.
Better than that. Because again, social media, having access to the internet, we got access to billions of people.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching. And of course, and the one thing that's not talked about in the notary business, you don't really have to spend that much money on marketing.
You don't. No.
You really don't have to spend that much money on marketing unless you choose to. Like,
Google ads. I personally, have you paid for Google ads? I've never had to pay for Google ads.
I paid for Google ads a couple of times, but the repeat clients that I've gotten, it was for free. The relationships.
You see?
Right. So you really don't have to spend that much marketing. So you can really be as creative as you want to be. You can also, and the cool thing about with social media, you can take chances. You can get creative. You can just put stuff out there. If it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, okay, cool. Just archive it and move on to the next thing. All right. So.
And I know there's going to be someone out here that's going to ask, well, how do you get, a signing service to find you or to follow you? You follow them first.
Right. Got to post.
Try doing that. Follow them first. Post, reshare one of their posts, tag them, make them see you.
Right.
It works. Okay. Right. You will figure out a strategy. I don't always do this, but at the beginning, I definitely shared, some of their posts. I tagged them, or I will even tag them under like some title offices posts.
Yeah.
And they like, oh wait, she's trying to connect us. Hold up, again. Yeah. Favors go a long way. Referrals go a long way.
It's a bar. Connecting the two together, and that's the thing. You got to come into it with adding value. Right. So you can't come into it with like, oh, how can I get business from you? It's like, no, how can I help you? Who are you trying to connect with? Who's the ideal client for you? Who's the ideal client that you're looking for? Because if I connect the signing service with the title company, who you think if they start to do business with each other, who's gonna be the first notary they call?
Right. Exactly.
Think about that, right? So come into it with the intention of adding value. Come into it with the mindset of, okay, what can I do for you? What can I do to help you in your business? Because 9 times out of 10, when they need that notary, they're going to come to you, right? And so I want to ask this too, because I'm pretty sure they're going to want to know this. What are some strategies, or if it's a strategy, what are some things that you've done with working with signing services? What are some things that you've done to help you get to that preferred notary status? Because I know that's something that notaries, they want to get to. They want to become that preferred notary, but they don't know what steps they can initially take to get to that point.
Ask for feedback. Ask for feedback. So you've done one signing, ask them how you did. They don't answer, okay, so do a couple more. Ask for feedback. Once they tell you did amazing, this and this, guess what? Send them a thank you note and then go ahead and ask, can I be marked preferred in this area? That's all you have to do. Ask for feedback. A lot of people are scared or think, they overthink the process.
Right.
Ask for feedback.
It's got to be a secret formula. It's
No,
not.
there's no secret, nothing. So think of it like this. When you work your 9 to 5 and you want to move up, what do you ask your boss? What can I do better? Right? How can I go to the next step? Ask for feedback. Same thing. Nothing different. Ask for feedback. That's it.
So she just gave y'all the game. So if you don't execute, hey, that's on y'all. She laid it right there on the table for you. That's a bar, man. My goodness. So we're coming to the end. Where do you see She Boss Mobile in the next 5 to 10 years? What do you envision for your notary business?
I'm definitely going to be hiring my son. That's for sure.
Oh.
I already told my son wants to be a notary. He thinks it's so cool. I said, we in this. I want to stay.
Young Boss Mobile. There you go. He Boss Mobile. He Boss Mobile. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny because when I get on social media, if I get on someone's live and they shout me out, he's so hyped. He's like, Mom, you're so famous. And I'm like, I'm not. He's like, they know you. He loves it. Like, just he's always in the car with me. So he loves it. And I love being that example for him. But I don't know if I want to have a signing service. That's always like the next step up. But I do know I'm passionate about real estate now, and I want to be in the real estate world, maybe working in title, maybe being a real estate agent. But I know I want to go ahead and pass it forward, help other notaries as well, make notaries my preferred notaries.
Right.
So that's definitely next. Big things, just big things.
Think big, y'all. If I don't tell you, if you don't catch anything from this, think big. Don't think small.
Yeah.
As big as possible. You never know what you can achieve, right?
It's true.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Plug everything. Where can the good people find you? Where can they tap in with you? Plug courses, guys. What do you plug everything, please, so the people can tap in.
Like yourself, I like to keep it simple. So She Boss Mobile on TikTok, on Instagram, on Gumroad, on Etsy, on Facebook, you name it, She Boss Mobile all the way. Go ahead.
We're going to make sure we're going to drop those links in the show notes on YouTube and on the podcast as well. So when y'all done listening and watching to this episode, make sure y'all tap in so y'all can get gamed up and you can be tapped in with Griselle. I appreciate you for jumping on this show. This is a ton of gems that was dropped.
Yes.
If y'all don't get any business after this episode, I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't know. Like, I honestly don't know.
For real.
She gave you a whole lot. Because me, when I first started out, I wish I knew this type of stuff. Like, know how to become a preferred notary. Like, seriously, I wish I knew how to become a preferred notary, because I was just like, yeah, I'll take the assignment. I'm done with it. Okay, cool. I'm just waiting for my check to come in. Like, I wasn't doing those things and asking for feedback and things like stuff I know now. I wish I was doing like earlier. So for y'all that's listening, y'all are like pretty much 5 years ahead of me, right? So y'all should be much further ahead than I was when I first started out. So make sure y'all listen to this, not just once, but twice, 3 times, how many times you ever need to make sure that seeps in for you, right? So appreciate you for tapping in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to our channel. Make sure y'all give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to. Make sure y'all tap in with us. And until next time, thank you, Griselle.
Thank you.
Stamper tapping, checking out.